It's hard to believe that this building behind us was once the home to 900 of Rochdale's poorest people. The clock tower has been a landmark for Rochdale for well over 100 years.
Live from Birch Hill Hospital, this is Birch Radio Rochdale.
Yes, that's what you're listening to. Birch Radio Rochdale, Rochdale's very own hospital broadcasting service, live from Birch Hill Hospital with this very, very special show this evening. I've got Anne-Marie joining me here this evening. Good evening.
A very good evening to you, young man.
And this very special show this evening is about the campaign to save the clock tower. I don't know whether you know or not, but very, very shortly, Birch Hill Hospital will be knocked down and redeveloped on the site of a Rochdale infirmary, and the clock tower, which is situated just behind the Birch Radio studios, will be being demolished, and nobody wants to see it go.
With the introduction of the Poor Law in 1834, which was forcing all councils to provide proper shelter to get the poor and depraved off the streets of the towns, Rochdale decided to build the grandest structure they could. The plans were drawn and building was underway, although it was on the edge of town at Dearnley. Built in 1877, the poor and destitute of Rochdale came here and into this building to register at the master's office. The inmates were segregated, with men on one side of the tower and women on the other, and the rules were that each person had to be destitute to be admitted. The imbeciles had their own wards, as did the infirm and the aged, again divided by sex. Bit by bit, Birch Hill Hospital was built around the site, and by the mid-1900s, the workhouse site was lost to the hospital.
You can't lose a bit of heritage like that, because of the fact that it's almost a symbol of what Rochdale stood for in the mid-1700s, which was, if it wasn't fair, Rochdale wasn't going to be forced to accept it. It's the pioneering spirit, it's what the town's famous for.
So you're listening to Birch Radio Rochdale. I'm Martin Culshaw. This is Anne-Marie. We're here to save the clock tower. It's a campaign to save the clock tower. It is a local landmark. It's absolutely fabulous, and we all believe that it should be saved.
So what is the future of the clock tower? Is it worth saving? And does anybody really care?